day and welcome to Mission Control Houston, where the team of flight controllers in Flight Control 1 is working on support for the crew aboard the International Space Station. Expedition 36 is made up of Commander Pavel Vinogradov, along with flight engineers Chris Cassidy and Karen Nyberg of NASA, Alexander Mazurkin and Fyodor Yurchikhin, who share the Russian Federal Space Agency origins of Vinogradov, and European Space Agency astronaut Luca Parmitano. All 6 of the crew members have been going through a very busy day of research activities, spacesuit troubleshooting, and a fairly major drill for emergency purposes. The troubleshooting continues on the suit that Luca Parmitano was wearing on Tuesday when he and Chris Cassidy stepped outside the Quest airlock for a 1 hour and 32-minute long spacewalk that was cut short from what had planned to be 6.5 hours after water collected in Luca Parmitano's spacesuit helmet and visor area. The team here in Mission Control, along with engineers in the background, are taking a very detailed and systematic look at what might have caused that problem. They are reviewing all the paperwork for the various suits that are on board the International Space Station, to review all the testing and certification that was done on those spacesuits, which is extremely thorough. They also are doing a step-by-step look at the potential causes of what happened, which was that a significant amount of water collected in the helmet area of Luca Parmitano's extravehicular mobility unit. We can see those spacesuits as they are stored in the equipment lock here of the Quest airlock module. And so far, the team is continuing to do that step-by-step review. No definite cause has yet been identified. And their main job right now is to try to identify and make sure that this was a suit-specific problem, that it's not anything that is generic and might affect the other suits that are on board. There are enough suits and suit components aboard the International Space Station that should a major contingency occur that would require a repair effort outside the space station, after a thorough trade of the potential risks of the spacewalk versus the value of fixing whatever might have come up outside the station, we could possibly do a spacewalk, but there are no spacewalks planned immediately. All of the tasks that had been planned on Tuesday were important, but not of a critical or immediate need nature, and so those can be accomplished on a future spacewalk. Luca Parmitano today set up experiment equipment in the biolab rack. Karen Nyberg worked to set up a new fluorescent microscope that was recently delivered to the International Space Station. She was assembling the microscope components and setting them up for an initial checkout. The entire crew is also participated in a periodic emergency simulation drill. All 6 of them got into their respective Soyuz spacecraft. The mission control teams followed along and helped out and worked with them to identify the source of a simulated fire on board and to put it out. The crew members each retreated to their respective Soyuz spacecraft that you can see on that graphic. The expedition, the Soyuz crew for one of those vehicles, the Soyuz 34, would be Pavel Vinogradov, Alexander Mazurkin, and Chris Cassidy. And for the other Soyuz 35, at the bottom of the space station stack is Fyodor Yurchikhin, Luca Parmitano, and Karen Nyberg. After the drill was over, they resumed their normal duties inside the International Space Station and conducted a thorough overview. Is scheduled for a little bit later today to go over the results of that training session. All systems aboard the space station otherwise working very well, and we're anticipating at 12:15 p.m. Central Time that Cassidy, Nyberg, and Parmitano will be interviewed by KGO Television in San Francisco and WDAY Television in Fargo, North Dakota. Those will be on the media and education channels of NASA TV as other events are carried on the public and media channels, the public channel, and then we'll have replays of that event later on today in the public channel.